Right, so, Miss Nicole Vogue wants some, chest of drawers. Let's give her what she wants. Because I do believe we have everything that we need. It was kind of the entire purpose of that, essence collecting marathon. And I obviously, as I've said plenty of times before already, repetition is, going to happen in, MySims. Just doing all of the essence collecting in one fell swoop, so that I can do the fun bit, which is the construction. I have to say, sort of, I really do. I do like the whole construction element of MySims. It's what makes it so unique, because there's not. I don't think there's a game like this anywhere. If there is, then I am kind of completely blind. But, yeah, I can't say sort of how much I do like the whole make everything design. It just works. Because you literally do have just so much freedom that you can do almost anything. Even if you're following a blueprint, you can just turn the ghost of the blueprint off and just do whatever the hell you like. So as long as you fill in the glowy dots, you can make practically any design. I mean, I think in my original game, I made a sofa that looked like a toad, which was quite awesome. I'm a fan of that sofa. I think I also made a bed that had a Wiimote on the top. It was an extended Wiimote, but it was a Wiimote nonetheless. Now, I think Nicole will like this, because sort of her chests of drawers are going to match in how they are designed, and they are almost completely symmetrical in, well, they're exactly the same pattern as well, just different essences used. So it's going to look absolutely fabulous, darling, isn't it? That's something Nicole would clearly say. Okay, come on. And then what is your final task for us going to be? I think I've already said what it is, but either way... Oh, Roxy! Now this is one thing that will happen, is that the other Sims will come into the stores and do stuff in them, which is does create a sense that you're living in a community. But perhaps not as much as it could be. Yeah, I thought you'd like it. They're very you. Oh, thank you so much, Richy Wear. It's perfect, just do incredibly geeky t-shirts and jeans and you've got it pretty much sorted. Which is why I kind of wish there was some more kind of geeky style t-shirts in MySims, but there aren't, so I just had to deal with stick with the Union Jack, because it was the best option for me, really. I didn't really have much of a choice. Oh, lovely. So it's a changing booth. Also, those head mannequin bust thingies are huge. I don't think anybody would quite be able to wear anything quite like that. Oh well, Let's get on with making this changing booth, eh? You don't have to make many of these in the game. But you certainly can do. I mean, another thing with the sort of boundless amount of creativity you can have is that you can stick whatever you like in your house. Which is awesome. So, literally I could stick a changing booth in my house. I could stick the pizza oven. I could have the ice cream machine. Oh, that'd be amazing. I could just have ice cream whenever I liked. Haha. That's just, oh, I love ice cream. Particularly Ben & Jerry's, but I work around it. So that's kind of probably to be expected that I ended up just be like, oh, it's awesome! I will say, I did try to make, well, should probably start off explaining first. In Kingdom Hearts 2 and pretty much almost every Kingdom Hearts game since, there's been a big thing about sea salt ice cream, because it's Tetsuya Nomura's favourite flavour or something along those lines. So I was just incredibly intrigued, and I wanted to taste sea salt ice cream, but because they don't sell it, they're just like, right, I am going to make sea salt ice cream. And I did make that. I did attempt that. Its level of success wasn't brilliant because I didn't add enough salt, but I can still say that I made sea salt ice cream to some extent. I should add, it's not perfect, but yeah, and it was reasonably okay ice cream. It needed to probably be a bit more, a bit less solid and a bit more kind of scoopable, but considering that was my first time ever making ice cream, I think it went rather well. Can't say I've done anything in terms of making clothes. I've certainly made a bag, because of how my school worked. We had to do a technology, and textiles was one of those technologies that we had to do, because basically we rotated, I believe it was every term, and the final challenge that we were set in textiles was to make our own bag. So at home I have a wonderful brown Kingdom Hearts bag with the Kingdom Hearts logo and a silhouette of Roxas and some keyblades. I don't know why I decided to go for Roxas. I think it was just because he was the simplest design. Ever so slightly worrying that Roxas was the simplest design, but yeah, so I did that. I'm really proud of that bag. It was awesome. It actually got a reasonable amount of use as well. Although now I've kind of swapped. Well, the problem is that sort of I've outgrown it, because it's a bit small for me now, which is really sad. Anyway, we've finally hit star level 3. So that basically means that we are going to have the opportunity to get to sort out all new Sims. Although our first person here is Vic Vaxer, who can appear right from the start, I believe. I think I said his name at star level 1. Or it might be star level 2. I can't remember anymore. Anyway, in there you could see Gordon and Roger, who I think I've already described to you. And also, I think we are going to install Vic Vector here. Anyone who's got a love of video games is good in my books. You can be right in the city centre. Well and truly, I will like you. Although I have to say, I've not really been in an arcade, so to speak. I mean, I've been in some amusements, which are kind of like an arcades, but it's not quite. Actually, they kind of are exactly the same. Yeah, when I went to visit my grandparents, we'd always go to this amusements, and I'd always play Mario Kart Arcade GP. That was always fun. Always played a little bit of Dancing Stage Euro Mix, which is basically like Dance Dance Revolution, but there's no diagonals. So, yeah. There's also a game called Spider Stomp, which was always really fun, because that was generally always the first thing that I played whenever I went into it. Basically, it was like you had a platform with a bunch of big red buttons, and what you had to do was they flashed up and you had to hit them. And that was always so much fun. I wish arcades were more popular. I mean, to be perfectly honest, they don't really exist in the UK. At least I don't think they do. I know they exist still in some form in America, but obviously they're far less popular than they used to be. Either way, we're going to make this the most glorious arcade ever. And it will be successful, Vic. Don't you worry. Okay. Let us away. Because we've got to do a bit of work, definitely.